All right, guys, we are 4 days into June, and to be honest, this month we got Father's Day, we got my birthday coming up in like 3 weeks. I don't want to talk about anything gay tonight. We're going to talk about the new Star Wars TV show, Star Wars Acolyte, on the podcast channel tonight. So let's talk about something that has nothing to do with pride or transgender bullets, pride flags, any of that kind of stuff. Let's talk about Stellar Blade, a game that I haven't covered much in the last few weeks because there hasn't been a whole lot of news really to talk about. Nothing newsworthy, I would say. This entire controversy surrounding this game has been a pretty interesting one to watch, given the fact that gamers were basically given one version of a character, of the outfits in the game, the cosmetics you could use, and then right at launch with the day one patch, everything got nerfed. There was a ton of stuff that got minor censorship, minor tweaks here and there. The developers at Shift Up came out and said this was always the intent, these were always the final vision that we wanted to have, despite the fact that in the game tutorials you still have the original unpatched version, and yet the patched version is the one that you got day one. So that caused this massive amount of backlash from Grums, from the gaming community, from the Stellar Blade fan base that said, no, we want you to put back in the original versions. They got 100,000 signatures on a petition, which has since been delivered to the Shift Up offices in Korea. But again, I don't have any faith that that's going to, have any effect. To be fair, change.org things and petitions and all that, it sounds good at first, but the whole Free Stellar Blade campaign was more about speaking out and actually sharing your voice and your opinion, rather than, I think, effectively seeing them undo the censorship as the petition has asked them to do. So, that being said, the response from the mainstream media, from the games journalists, has been exactly what you'd expect the last couple months. Articles like this from The Gamer saying, "Hi, I'm an idiot who's mad about everything in video games except the layoffs." Basically, using this whole black Yasuke character in Assassin's Creed Shadow and the people freaking out about the PlayStation account requirements, despite the fact that that's a legitimate issue for a lot of us who are just sick and tired of making another account, another, launcher, another thing that we have to install on our computer. It gets really, really annoying after a while. They highlight things about Warhammer in here, and of course Stellar Blade, with the censorship controversy and all that. So they just hate you about everything that you have an opinion on, apparently, if you're a gamer. Same with IGN. Their review for Stellar Blade basically said, oh, it's fun, but it's lacking story, it's lacking substance. We find it to be boring, and the characters are flat and whatever. And you see the same thing from The Verge, talk about how Stellar Blade on PS5 is flash and fun, but it's mostly dull. This is just the go-to response from most of them. They're going to tell you that the games that you enjoy, the things that you like, that appeal to you, are just kind of Oh, we've seen this before. She's one-dimensional. She's hot, but that's not the right kind of hot, Same with Kotaku. How to get Stellar Blade's new, very revealing outfits. Just when you thought you've seen enough of Eve, now you can see almost all of her, which again is gaslighting. There is not a single costume in this game where she is actually full-on naked. Let's be fair. I wouldn't want that. That's not what I'm looking for in a video game. But again, they make it seem like basically every person that wants the censorship to end is some sex-starved degenerate pervert or whatever. So despite all this, Stellar Blade sold amazingly well. Even with people who canceled their pre-orders due to the censorship and everything else, the game was, topping sales charts even in April, and IGN tried to run out this thing saying, oh, well, it's not the best that a game has ever been in April, blah, blah, just, trying to gaslight people about the success of this game. Unfortunately, the censorship is real, and I saw this post from a few days ago from this account, Wapdaka, saying, please enjoy the artwork shared by the lighting artist from Shift Up. I hope Black Pearl can restore the original design, #FreeStellarBlade. And it's this account here, this art station for somebody named Future Lobstar, and you can see that he's a lighting artist, and there are some of the outfits that actually were censored in his lighting screenshots, because again, he had this website that had all of his work on it, and I went through and looked at it at the time, and yeah, incredible work. And of course, you could see the uncensored outfits, right? Well, as of today, you can't. So if you go to this person's ArtStation account, it says 404 page not found. Now, this is quite concerning because somebody told him to remove the account. Either it was an NDA violation or somebody at Shift Up or Sony said, hey, you gotta pull the plug on this. We're not going to let you do this. I doubt it was any problem with ArtStation. I have no idea what their terms of service are. But Learning the Law addressed this on Twitter, saying, I shared work from a lighting developer who indirectly proved Stellar Blade's censorship. His website had great photos showing changes pre and post patch. Shift Up forced him to delete the entire site. This lack of transparency is unacceptable. Things are getting out of hand. And again, I don't know that it's necessarily Shift Up directly that has told him you have to delete your account. He went on to reply and say they are so afraid of people seeing through their marketing tactics that they wiped out an entire website to remove any proof of their actions. It's clear as day when you see their official account gaslighting and dodging any honest feedback. And to be fair, they have done a fair amount of dodging and avoiding questions. And of course, Grumps points out that something strange is going on with Stellar Blade. An artist who did the lighting posted screenshots featuring non-censored versions of an outfit, deleted it, and then took down their entire ArtStation portfolio. Then 3 other Shift Up artists started to remove some SB images. At this point, this feels like some kind of PR damage control, as the portfolios came to light yesterday on social media. The artists started removing images or their entire portfolio in the one case. And it's true, yeah, all this stuff is now gone from the internet. So, very concerning. I don't know if Sony would have had any involvement in this. Certainly somebody at Shift Up must have, because whether it was an NDA or just simply they, decided it was a bad look for them and they told the artist to pull the plug, it almost feels like now what we're getting is Shift Up admitting that they're trying to cover their ass due to the controversy surrounding the censorship, and then basically bending the knee to Sony, to the whims of the woke mob over at Sony, because you know that these companies like Sony and Xbox and Activision, all these companies, they're all in bed with the sensitivity readers. Everybody who's switching their profile logos to the rainbow colors for this month, they all come from the same place. So it is concerning, to say the least. I'm going to keep paying attention to this. Let me know what you guys think about all this down below. Yeah, I honestly, once this game comes to Steam, I've been toying around with the idea of picking it up because I know it's going to be available on PC probably in the next year or so. But I want answers to this. This is getting kind of crazy, but I'm going to leave it right there. Share your thoughts down below and we'll catch you in the next one. All right, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for being here. I do have 2 channels, Minimal Effort Podcast as well as my gaming channel. I do have a Twitch and Kick for my gaming channel. We do live streams over there occasionally, maybe once a week. And then if you are in the market for a new PC, make sure to check out Meta PCs. Click the link I have down below. Use code TBO at checkout for a special discount. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.